Hello everyone and welcome to Crits on Bloodstained Ritual of the Night Aurora playthrough, and in this episode on Rocket Rabbit Commentaries, credits. Yeah, you guys remember the big complaint that one of the bigger complaints that Mighty Number 9 had, that its credits were literally 3 hours long because they gave credit to literally every single one of their Kickstarter backers. Well, oh hey, it's David Hayter. He played Solid Snake.
Fred Tassasori, which I think they misspelled his name actually.
Also, I don't know where the narrator actually shows up in this game. It's kind of weird. Yeah, all that happens in this part is credits.
Yay. Well, it gives us lots of time to talk about, what an overpowered heroine we've been playing as throughout. The princess, the queen, from humble beginnings and humble stature. As I've mentioned
multiple times throughout the playthrough, Aurora is way too overpowered for normal mode. I have not done the hard mode playthrough yet, and I need to go do that because Jesus Christ, I'm relatively convinced that they play tested Aurora on hard. Because a lot of people recently have been jumping into Bloodstained on hard mode first, which is a terrible decision. Don't play hard mode first, kids. Just don't. It's not nearly as rewarding as it's supposed to be, especially because you're stuck on the galleon for the first 2 hours of the game. Ugh.
Well, because they don't know, because game developers put normal for a reason. The only players who should do hard mode on their first playthrough of a game are probably familiar with two things. They're familiar with the sequels, and they have a rough idea as to how familiar those sequels will be with respect to the game they're about to play. That's it. Like, they know what they're in for. And which might explain why they never put a difficulty system in Dark Souls games. Just one flat difficulty system, everybody dies at some point. And that should be familiar to people who have played other Dark Souls games because they predicate on a similar formula.
I wonder what whip that Miriam's supposed to be using for that fight. But yeah, all the stills that we're seeing are from Miriam's playthrough. They don't actually have unique credits for each of the different characters, which is concerning, but not necessarily a major concern. It's just a small complaint. Honestly, the additional characters are great additions for the replay value of the game. They really are. But it really feels like a lot of the smaller details that should be here are just fucking not. Zhang is overpowered for the entirety of his run until the very end. Aurora is overpowered for the entirety of her run, except at the very beginning. Bloodless has got an actually really good scaling difficulty curve until the very end, where she's a bit underpowered unless you actually know how to use all of your tools appropriately. And the randomizer straight up did not work for the first year after it released. And it works more consistently now, but there are still a couple of dead seeds that get generated every once in a while. Honestly, I am happy that we have a soft confirmation that Bloodstained 2 is that Ritual of the Night 2 is in development. We have a soft confirmation, not an actual hard confirmation, but a soft confirmation on that, because I would like to see this. I would like to see more Metroidvania games in general, and I would like to see this specific franchise grow to have a lot of the added stuff that Curse of the Moon actually has in it. Specifically, the expanded character roster. I want to play with Hachi. Hachi still looks like it would be so motherfucking fun to play in a Metroidvania. But yes, I really enjoy this game. I enjoy a lot of things about this game. I enjoy its progression. I enjoy the set dressing. I enjoy how powerful all the characters end up feeling towards the middle of the game. It never feels impossible on normal mode, and although on my first run through, I definitely thought that Zhang 1 was way too hard of a fight. But as he is actually the first real boss that you end up encountering, aside from Vepar, who on normal mode isn't actually all that big of a deal. Zhang 1 being a pretty big difficulty spike is lore accurate. And honestly, a lot of the storytelling aspects, even in the Aurora playthrough, are well done, just relatively small. Like, I understand that the rhyme scheme gimmick is a bit of an annoyance for a lot of people, but I actually think it's a really charming addition, especially because it's lifted straight from the game that she's from, Child of Light.
It's a fairy tale.
Yeah,
It
it's a
makes
fairy
sense.
tale, and it makes sense
We're
to
playing
have
as
a
a
fairy tale
goddamn
rhyme
princess.
scheme of ABAB.
Yeah.
I don't really have any real complaints with the Aurora Moon playthrough, with the exception of how powerful she is, either, because Zhang tells you, hey, now that you've beaten me, go fight Grummery, and we even get the steroid that Miriam gets while she's using the Zangetsudo, because Matilda gets that specific steroid. It's very nice. This was the Bathan fight for Miriam. I don't like the Bathan fight. I don't know. I'm more indifferent than negative towards the Bathan fight, but I'm still slightly negative, you know? Yeah. Look at all these different Japanese peoples. So many Japanese peoples. You would think that they could afford to put more than 10 people on the additional character development, but apparently they cannot.
Now joined by my very attractive and well-vocalized pixie accompanist, with Miriam on the piano.
This is a good piano piece, honestly.
Harpsichord.
Oh, sorry, harpsichord, yes.
Although it sounds kind of like the nylon guitar instrument that you might find in MIDI generators, just enhanced with modern day EQ and stuff.
So how did you enjoy the playthrough, Mr. Cloud?
I enjoyed watching Bloodstained very much. I have made note many times that this game is quite metal. That they got all my favorite characters are here. They got vampires. They got zombies, monsters. Oh, there's Bloodless. And for God's sake, one of you
can never take place unless you're on New Game Plus, because you don't get the red umbrella until after you defeat Bloodless. Cheating bastards.
I mean, this game actually gives you a metal guitar player rocking a solo as an attack, which appeared to humorous effect many times because you unfortunately kept casting it too close to the ceiling, so at best you were watching a pair of boots and a skirt fling fireballs and watching them fizzle on the ceiling because of hitboxes. This game was a lot of fun to feel the way through. That the music in the background also makes a lot of nods to classic, gothic lore, as well as again metal. Like fucking. Well, I mean, I was about to say Opeth. I would say closer to, among bands that I know. Yes, a lot of darkness. Although I can't say who. That a lot of artists aspire to capture that. Oh, leave luck to the heavens. Very awkwardly placed, scrolling left to right while we're watching text scroll upwards to the ceiling.
Yeah, we are officially at the part of the credits where we gave credit to a majority of our backers.
Furious Vampire.
The Yuri God.
KS Alucard. And Nintendo Capri Sun, really?
Yeah. Like, a lot of popular YouTubers backed Bloodstained. I know for a fact that some Call Me Johnny did so as well. I don't know where he is in the credits, but...
Well, just keeping my eyes open for any other familiar names. I know that these gentlemen are no longer strangers to the developers of the games that they've been playing for the masses.
Hey, there's my name. I'm not an actual backer, though.
Sheriff McDuck.
Which is not my name, so there. I really enjoy this game. I really hope that Bloodstained Ritual of the Night 2 ends up coming out next year. It's probably not going to come out next year. It's probably going to be the year after, given how very little that we know. And to be perfectly honest, all that we honestly know is that that we have a soft confirm that it's in development. Now, there is still a little bit of stuff actually being produced for Bloodstained, actually. For example, I've already mentioned that I'm going to be doing a Bloodless run. Given that I'm almost completely out of things to say for Bloodstained, I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to bring Cloud for that or not, although I probably have to. And I definitely want to do a hard mode Miriam run. But there is still a little bit of development to be had with the game, at least according to the roadmap. We've got to get Chaos mode yet. into the game, which is supposedly going to be a multiplayer kind of thing. I'm not entirely sure what exactly they mean by that, mind you, because it's a bit cryptic in how it's explained. But
a multiplayer, you say?
Yeah, it's not necessarily a thing that we could play together with Mr. Cloud, because you would need either a PC or a Switch copy of this game in order to play with me. Well, I don't think it's on PS5. It's probably on PS4.
Somebody pooped in my pants.
No, thankfully it was not my pants though. So there, huh?
Well, I tell you, on the subject of playing with friends, this game was highly recommended to me by, I mean, not just you, Mr. Greta, but also by other friends of mine, from whom I had received some solid nods towards like Nier Automata and so forth. Just the one thing with me is that I didn't grow up with the Castlevania games. Just I can see why people adored the game so much, the 2D style, especially with modern graphics and polishing. That freaking Metroidvania games look amazing nowadays with the 3D backgrounds and the music and graphics right down to telling you how much damage you deal on strike.
To be perfectly honest, we're a bit spoiled when it comes to Metroidvanias, because because the indie market specifically generates Metroidvanias like one every other month or something, and they're usually all pretty good, to play with. Now there are some that actually try to take different takes on the genre, like Monster Sanctuary. I really wish I liked Monster Sanctuary. It is honestly a very good video game, but it scales in difficulty way too high at the tail end. Yeah, and it tries to have Metroidvania elements in it too, although its Metroidvania elements are less well fleshed out. Clan Bullwhip.
Tom the Iron Man Harvey. Thank you to the NWNCV Long Dark Night community for bringing me into the fandom. Bonkers.
No, that is not a thing that I put in there, by the way. This is just how long the credits fucking go. And this is the big problem that Kickstarter games have had ever since Mighty No. 9. These credits are super long.
Well, because the contributions were relatively small per person, I'm sure, versus like one person buying the entire game, saying credits, one name, that is all. Nostradamus. I see. It comes full circle when finally we can see these names and the people behind them, and all of their colorful comedic sensibilities.
Unfortunately, it also means that this harpsichord piece ends up starting to grate on you after a little bit, because it's only a 3-minute piece. So,
just a little bit, yeah. That's all right though. Our viewers here have a couple of commentators also reading. Big shout out to my best friend Brandon Filippello for always having my back. Who is my? Who are you? Who is talking?
Okay, I do believe. Ah, damn it! More credits.
Special thanks. Fooled ya.
Hey, Dynasty Warriors Empires.
You thought it was over, you silly person.
Zombie Mike is actually still in the Bloodstained Discord if you want to go talk to him, as is Burpomatic and Mizu.
Chip. Heh. Well, right down to the very last artwork of the castle in the distance, the one that we had to travel by ship towards, and then end up in a dungeon full of peril, monsters, and danger, that we may yet free our friends and uncover the secrets of the night.
And yes, Bloodstained is also on the Epic Game Store if you want it.
Well, this has been Bloodstained, the Aurora playthrough, and the game is now thanking us
for playing. Watching, everybody. In the next episode, we'll be doing something completely different. I promise.
Yay.
Be safe.